I'm watching over there. I got my multimeter over here on blah 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 mode, and if I touch these two leads together, it beeps. So I'm using that to inspect for broken connections on the board going from point to point. And then I got this mirror over here, so when I turn the TV on, I can see. Where the hell's the brake? I can't find it. So, originally this thing had just a black picture, and then I'd get a little bit of snow on it sometimes. And I noticed the brightness and contrast knobs didn't do anything, so I actually went through, got my meter over here, set the continuity, and I went through and would test a point here and follow the trace all the way to the point here, and I found several broken traces. I'd actually visually inspected it. There's a crack here, and then these three weren't, or those two weren't getting through. The bottom one was fine, I'm pretty sure. But this one I had to actually lay a wire on top of because the brake was so big, and this is the PCB's cracked over here. Now, it does look like mid-board flex is getting the signal to break in and out, and I've been looking very heavily by this tuner board. I mean, I even popped the IR shield of it off just so I could poke around with it, which is probably giving me extra interference now. But I want to convert this thing to composite, honestly, but first I want the thing to actually run. See, what I'm going to do is poke around and see if I can find a composite video signal coming out of it, but I have to make the thing actually run first. And every time I touch the board, it flakes out. Think that would be a problem. That's a much better sign, isn't it? Can I actually slide the PCB back in the holder? Yeah, the signal is strong and is not flaking out anymore. Now we can try to figure out where it's coming from. I got the picture looking pretty damn good. I think it's time to search for a video signal. Now to figure out how I'm going to do this. I just made this so I could connect my BNC connector up to composite. I'm going to use this little backup camera monitor I found in the garbage years ago to look for my composite signal, because I don't care if that thing blows up. I need to find another display. This thing's too slow. It does that blue screen thing, and it takes a second to see signal before it cuts in. Here's our test signal. Hey, camera, suck less. 30% said yes. Nearly a third of Americans said they would like. That might be struggling for you. That might be a struggle for you to see. You can still even see the brightness difference. But yeah, that's how I'm going to search for my signal. A little setup I got rigged here. I mean, literally rigged. It ain't the perfect signal, but I got something off of this leg of this IC, and it's definitely a cleanish composite video signal. I've looked up that chip, and it says it is a synchronization signal processor for black and white TV and small size color TV. Signal processor, huh? We got our little thing here saying what's going on inside the chip. We scroll down. Well, I guess that's different things I should see with a tube. No, what was the... Yeah. Actually, that's what's interesting right here. Right here. Tells us what every pin does. Now let me look at my picture to see where I was getting signal from. So I'm looking at pin 15, which is input of synchronization signal separator, which means we need to go further back up the line. That's not in the point where I can inject from. I'm starting to run out of steam in this project, but I guess it means I need to follow pin 15 and see where it comes from. I failed to track it. I eventually got to a point going further and further in the line down to components where there must be some stuff on the other side I can't see from here, but I just eventually seen a signal where I got garbage on here and made this screen go gray, like when I had the crack on the board. See that clean signal? If we look over here, And steals the picture from makes the TV picture look like. I'm going off the base of this transistor here. For on the emitter, we get a screwed up signal here. The TV doesn't care. I think we're actually getting closer to the source of the signal. I followed every trace I could leading from that, but it kind of just led to nothing again. The signal eventually became unusable at any point further down it. I'm having a real hard time figuring where this signal is actually coming from. I feel like a dumbass. I should have looked up all the ICs immediately. I could tell on the one in the upper right hand corner was for processing audio. Video processor black and white TV. I poked around for 2.5 damn hours looking for the video signal, and it's probably going to be right here. Look at that. Video amp, video output. Right here, pin 3. Pin 3. Damn it! Judging off this picture, pin 3 would be right there. So 2 away from the keying on the left side if the keying was facing up. So there's our pin 1, pin 3. So yeah, okay. By the way, I don't think this tube is going to last forever. Look at this. There's a spot where the wire is a little thin and it gets really hot. And you can see it's glowing hotter than normal. That's going to blow open at some point. It's got a heater failure waiting to happen. But it's got an excellent picture. So, resistor 103. If we lift that leg up here, we break connection with this IC. Wait, no we don't. No, I have to lift the leg up in the IC. Damn it. Because there's a interception pin here. Oh no, this goes all the way up here, so to be processed. It's got to go. This pin's got to go. We're there. By the way, I screwed up and I realized why I was having some issues. I kept having the power go out when I connected the ground, which I put this capacitor in and isolated, but I was getting a loop because I still have this feeding through the RF. So the signal was coming in twice.
The Bible says to love each other, and then you just like you're like a bitch. So if I love you, I'm like speechless. I don't know what to say. How you was going in
frickin' sharp. I might actually put a switch in here to bypass this. Let's do an experiment. Looks like in this circuit, pin 7 is where the audio comes in for the amplifier. So I need to feed my signal into, and put my switch on pin 7 if I'm going to have a switch. Where's pin 1? Oh, I think it's labeled in the PCB, the TV anyways. Well, I started working this at 3 in the morning. It's 8 in the morning. I think it's time to go to bed because I have a doctor's appointment at 40 minutes away at like 3 p.m. So I need to get some sleep before that happens. Also, something I'm going to look into is will my orange phosphor CRT fit in here? Because I'm pretty sure this is a 12-volt tube. So I did a little bit more. This switch is going to go back here. And this is got a short little jumper wire. So we're going to get the cleanest composite signal possible because there's going to be just a little bit of this going through here. And then there'll always be a little bit of signal unshielded going through here. And when I flip that switch, it'll run through this shielded cable down here. And you'll have to manually disconnect this. I more care about the video quality with the composite. Wait a minute. Oh no. My tiredness has failed me. This doesn't do anything. But route... Oh. To make it do something, I need to put another shielded cable that goes to the pin in the IC to the lower pin here. Okay. Yeah, that's why I need to quit working on it. I'm that damn tired. And then when I start poking around for audio, I can do a test without cutting the IC. That shouldn't be too sensitive, so I should be able to like take my PSP, put a little... I don't even need to take my PSP. I got the signal generator right there. I can just take the signal generator right there, isolate it through a capacitor, and just poke on the pin, and I should be able to get a 1 kilohertz tone through, whatever the hell I have it set through. Now that I'm awake enough for my brain to work, I can see that this was supposed to go here, so the switch could switch between there. Isolation capacitor, pin 7. Alright, that is a correct assumption there. Here is a test of the switch here, with it running to where I'm going to have the wire soldered to in the inside. I just did another sound test. It looks like I need to go further up the line. because the volume control doesn't work. So the volume control is before that point. Yawn blonde. We're going to tap right into the volume control circuit itself, because then it should have to run through everything. So that's the output. This is probably the input. We'll have to listen to find the input. The center pin is ground for the shielding, it would appear, which I guess makes sense now that I'm looking at it. So that means white is signal coming in, red is signal coming out. So I can just splice into the white. So I'm going to cut up a USB cable because we got something shielded with 4 wires. So that means I can have we can have a wire coming from here, a wire coming from here. The shield can go to ground, and wires, switches. To make my solder stick to the side of the switch, I'm roughing it up. Then I'm going to put a little flux on it. Then I'm going to tend the surface with the solder. Then use the soldering iron to put the two together. I don't have a little tripod, so I mean it's broke. So you can't see me do this.
Unfortunately, these stocks are not customizable. You cannot adjust the length. It is what it is. So if you are the guy with the long bottoms, you may have to work on some sort of the solution at the end of the stock. But the cheap guys that is included, and it is working awesome. It really helps and provides a nice cheap weld to the stock, which, as you know from the cone block type, rifles is not a very common option on those rifles. Overall,
Looks a little ugly, but we should be good to go. See, I'm using the red as the output, and then the input can either come from the jack here, which actually follows the whole cable down to over there, or it can come from the pin here. I think it's about time to button her up. So I don't have to set up where you can just quickly go back and forth, because I still have that going on, because I wanted to get a better video signal. But I didn't think I was going to be going rapidly back and forth between the antenna and... I put the switch in just the right location. I didn't look up the tube, I'm just trying it. We got the ground clip going from here to here. Got the yoke slapped on, high voltage slapped on. If it's gonna work, we're gonna see something. We have heater voltage. We have nothing on screen. Nothing. Probably a different pinout. Someday, baby. Someday, I'll put you in service. Also, to make putting on the tube really easy, I took a different colored Sharpies, made all these markings so there'd be no guess on how to line it back up. Final test before buttoning up.
southhills.edu and let them help you get started today.
Recruiting a night shift nursing supervisor with leadership experience to 7 a.m.
Well, this thing's making a terrible computer monitor. I actually can't read what the hell's going on. And on top of that, When I'm running on AC, the interference from the transformer is messing with my long video cables. 360K? What is it, a single-sided? Either my floppy drive took a dump and it can't read double-sided diskettes anymore, or I could be having software compatibility issues considering my hard drive is dead. And I'm booting a very old version of PC DOS that doesn't even support hard drives. Which means I can't reformat that. Well, that's definitely not good. Hopefully Windows 98 can bear a little bit better results. I need the floppy drive to work on here because this is the only machine I have that functions that can actually bridge the gap between modern and old. I'm starting to get pissed off. I just wanted to play round 42 in that black and white TV. Hopefully this is a little more successful. Fuck! Fingers crossed we can boot this. Damn it, I need like DOS-based WinImage. /4 is supposed to force 360K and /S is supposed to be system files. Didn't copy a damn thing. That's the problem. The border's all at the screen, but it's still affecting the overall brightness. Because there's like no AGC. What button shoot? Oh. This game looks a lot less impressive on this little black and white screen, I gotta say. This, I guess color's part of what makes this game look so fucking awesome. Much prettier. Push trigger? I've actually never played this game before. I wonder what it looks like on the color screen. Awful. Looks awful. That actually looks a lot better. Alright, I figured her out. What am I doing? Where's the goal? Am I supposed to get this? Oh, I think that is the goal. Yar. I got explode. I just put some oil inside the switch and I got a much brighter picture now. I thought it was looking weird. Yeah! Eat my Kentucky Fried Deliciousness. Piss! Oh boy, do you recognize what game we're going to be playing here? Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! Only probably the best DOS game ever. I mean, to me this is up there at Doom. This game takes all the processing power.
told me to dealt with it. And I started it off real tough because you're going to pay tremendous consequences. I don't have to go the level of toughness when it was bad. And they understood what I said. And there was no way they were going to do anything to us. We could have taken our time. We could have taken a year, 2 years. But to leave $85 billion worth of equipment for them to fly around Apache helicopters. So this is the greatest war machine outside of the submarine. This is the greatest war machine.
I made a mistake in turning the sound on, but the sound's deleted, so every time it tries to make a sound effect, it loads and tries to load this non-existent file, which is actually the only reason the game is even running, because you can't have the sound on in the PCXT or it crashes. Alright, this shit's driving me nuts. I'm going to take it apart and see if I can do something to help further insulate the wires in here. Maybe get them away from the transformer. There's the problem right there. There's wires coming up the transformer going right next to all this audio video stuff. Maybe we could wrap it in that tape, then cover it in electric tape. And maybe if I can push this stuff to the right. But then there's all this high voltage stuff too. Huh, I actually have a way brighter picture now, and we don't have all this shaky stuff, which I could... We have a little bit of feedback. All I did was just reroute the cables far away from the transformer. Yeah. PCB needs support in the backside. There's something else on the PCB I gotta find out what's wrong with. Oh. Ah! You suck. I never plugged this up. That actually could have been causing problems with this just shorting random shit out. I pulled it back a little on the way of the board pulling down. There's got everything looking. Look, there's no weird ripples going through. It's just a nice smooth image. Stupid PCB. I bet I'm having some flakery at this little piece right here because I didn't do a very good job soldering it on, and I know I didn't. I was having a really hard time with it. Using my fork here, my trusty fork. It cuts in and out with me rubbing on the connections here. Actually looks like it's one of the lower ones. So, gotta fix up the connections here. This looks like some stereotypical YouTube making fun of old TVs type crap. I'm barefoot and I just touched that grounded surface and I just got the shit knocked out of me. Whew. Man. I don't know why, but my house has always been like that. If you touch anything that's grounded in the ground, it will shock the shit out of you. Alright, I guess it's a little better, but I think I see something else I need to do. I think I need to pull the yoke back. I think it's too zoomed in. I backed it up a little, and then I backed up a little more because you can really see the neck of the tube now. I wonder what this control does by the horizontal output transistor. Or is that the horizontal output transistor? That might be something else. Yeah, I think that's a horizontal output transistor right there. And the only control I see near the playback is that one, which I'm pretty sure is horizontal hold. That one's vertical linearity and vertical size. It'd be nice if I could find a horizontal size. Maybe I should just turn it and see what happens. That control ended up adjusting the size and brightness of the picture like it was making the power go up and down on the whole set. Which is probably exactly what it's for, because it looks like it's in the power supply area. Well, I think I've done everything I could. My god, that shaking picture is just pissing me off though. This thing has an excellent picture over DC. And did I put the yoke on slightly crooked? I think I put the yoke on slightly crooked. The brightness is consistent, but we still have our wobbly effect, and I don't know what the hell's causing the wobbly. I can't get it to go away. Before, when I was dealing with the flake in the board, it went away, but now that I've dealt with the flake in the board, the wobbly is permanent. It looks great over DC, though. Fucking TV. I was poking around with my fork, and it came back. Like, I just glanced over and it was back on, and I have no idea why, and I can't make it fail. I cannot make it fail. And obviously I'm poking extra heavy in the crack, but it's so inconsistent. I've literally been playing this game on DC power for like an hour and nothing's going wrong. When I play it on AC, I mean, yeah, see I got the power supply there. When I play it on AC, it freaks out and the picture fades out and then it quits working, and then I let it cool off and it works. I think we might have a bad filter cap in here. We'll have to look into that. Definitely think there's something going wrong here. Maybe there's some screwed up diodes. I think there's something wrong with the AC, the DC power supply that's built into the TV. Something about that does seem kind of awesome though, don't it?
Three Paloski, three Paloski, three Paloski, three Paloski.
Один das кроссовки. Три полоски.
You know what? I just thought of a really simple solution. So I tried hooking an extra capacitor up here, but I realized, you know what? It can't be a bad filter because it would make a loud hum through the speaker, and it's not there. I still connected an extra capacitor to it, and it did nothing. You know, I just clipped it in through the bottom. I don't know. Maybe it's just the electromagnetic fields in here causing a bunch of interference, and it's pissing off the sync chip or something. But we're just going to get rid of it. It's going to be controlled by an external power supply. I mean, I have 12-volt power supplies. They could plug up this thing and run it. It's going to be external. They'll make the TV lighter. I'm taking the transformer out and taking the cord off. Oh, yeah, that's cleaning her up now. Got rid of, I just clipped these out here. Got rid of the transformer, got rid of the bracket. It's going to be lighter. Woo! Are you a big fan of my method of keeping cool? The age of my equipment might blow you away. While our 80 column text looks nice and sharp.
So we